What did I tell you? What did I tell you when I said I would do a video on the Haunted Mansion today when they released the trailer? I'm here. I'm here to talk about it. I'm here to be annoying about it and to just needlessly analyze it in every way, shape, and form. So deep that you're probably going to stop watching after I talk about the poster right here. This thing. Let's talk about it. That's right, I'm not playing around. Let's not waste any time. Let's just hop right into the speculation. So here we have our main cast of characters: Rosario Dawson, her son, Owen Wilson, Danny DeVito, Tiffany Haddish, and Lakeith Stanfield, who, based on the trailer, seems like he might have a very important role in this movie. But look behind them, okay? Not at the actors, but at their shadows. Lakeith, or his character's name, Ben's shadow, is very obviously Constance Hatchaway, the attic bride, who, when we get to the trailer, is very, very terrifying in this movie. Bodes well for the future of the attraction, may I say. And I could go either way on Owen Wilson, or what's his name? Kent's shadow, because he is, yes, wearing a very Hatbox Ghost-esque hat, but the shadow behind him looks to be a little different. Could it be the shadow of the Hatbox Ghost? I'm not sure. Like I said, 50-50 on that one. Those are the only two things I can really sort of deduce from the poster, other than maybe Ben holding a lantern in a similar way to the caretaker in the graveyard scene. I'm not sure if that's intentional. It probably is. Something to look out for, though. So how about, now that I've talked about a poster for about a minute and a half, how about we just hop right into the trailer? I'm not going to show it in its entirety. I don't want any copyright issues like that, because YouTube loves to do that to me. Instead, I'll go through certain parts, certain clips, and show different screenshots of things that I noticed, homages to the ride, and things that may be important to the attraction. I'm very much approaching this from a attraction-based point of view, that I noticed, things that I think might be important. So the movie opens up with a little bit of grim grinning ghosts, which I appreciate, and this movie is set in New Orleans, so the Disneyland Mansion obviously is where this is set. It's a very interesting take for this one, because if you remember for the Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion, they sort of combined both the Walt Disney World and Disneyland mansions into one. It was sort of this Frankenstein of both of them. This is very much the New Orleans Square Disneyland Antebellum Mansion, all the way down to the gates at the front and the queue line going up and sort of snaking around. I really, really like that touch. Great attention to detail there, but I mean, come on. The people who make this movie, I'm sure they're fans of the Haunted Mansion. Let's continue.
Place isn't as warm as I'd hoped.
Okay, whoa, stop, rewind. Look at that door. Take a look at that door. Now, I like that door. This is the kind of stuff we're talking about in this video. Look at the door! Okay, continue.
But I'm going to light a vanilla candle, and it's going to be a game changer. Will it though?
Okay, a bit scary. Screaming child. We love to see it. But did you notice that Constance? Very scary. Good job on the Constance. She looks amazing.
We're out.
Okay, obviously, yes, the moving suit of armor, a reference to the corridor of doors, it's impeccable, really, really well done, but what caught my eye, it made me very, very excited, the painting behind the moving suit of armor. April through December is in this movie, which means, potentially, I'm not gonna say it, but just think about it. Keep that in your mind.
This mansion is unhinged.
Okay, a couple of things in this shot. Obviously, we have the Hatbox Ghost walking at the end of the hallway there, played by Jared Leto. But we also have two marble busts on the wall, and if I know the Haunted Mansion, and I do, those will be watching him as he walks past. Another cool reference.
She needs all the help she can get. You want to be a hero?
Here we get a shot of the grand hall with the banquet table behind them, not full of food, but if you even look at the wallpaper on the wall, that, I believe, is accurate to the actual grand hall that we get in the attraction. So again, amazing attention to detail here. I'm going to say that a lot, I think.
Pass. $2,000. What's the address?
Okay, I'm going to narrate this entire scene because look at this, okay? It's definitely still sort of corridor of doors. The guy behind him with the pig, you know, it looks familiar. Maybe Constance, maybe not. The portrait changes very, very slightly. Maybe his eyes will follow him a little bit. But here's the last part here. This is what's interesting to me. Does this guy look familiar? Do you recognize him? Tell me right now with a straight face that this is not the Hatchet. This is the Hatchet Man. This is the ghost host. Just a very weird, almost uncanny version of him. But this is a portrait of, as we know him, Paul Frees's ghost host. Very where is this going to go in the movie? Constance obviously is sort of a villain in this one, but what does the ghost host and the Hatbox Ghost have to do with this? Also, if you're looking for some nightmares, here's a close-up of Constance. Notice the pearls around her neck. Good touch.
This house has a way of playing tricks on you.
Okay, right here, this is where things sort of start to get interesting for me. Look at the background. We're gonna be looking at a lot of backgrounds for this trailer. You see your stretching room wallpaper, your red, green, and white, but also up there on the wall, our little gargoyle friends, our little talking gargoyle friends from the stretching room. The next scene here, obviously the stretching room becomes much more of a factor. Remember when I said stretching room? No windows and no doors. And who's the one who got rid of the window? That's right, Jared Leto. Let him out, you monster! Let him out! They have a mobile order that's ready for the Mint Julep Bar! How could you be so heartless? Here we have a shot of the endless hallway scene. Nothing too much to add here. It looks great. Looks like the endless hallway scene, so I can't complain. This one's weird. It's like a changing portrait in real time. It's an alive person turning into a ghost. I don't know what that's about. Interesting. There he was. Did you see it? There he is in all of his glory. I thought it was just going to be Jared Leto dressed up as the Hatbox Ghost before when they announced this, but I'm glad to report that it is. He looks like the Hatbox Ghost. And I'm interested, is the Hatbox Ghost going to sort of play the role of the ghost host? He's the one who locks them in the stretching room. This guy seems to be pulling a lot of the strings. Maybe that's sort of a remnant of Guillermo del Toro's previous Haunted Mansion movie where the Hatbox Ghost would be the main antagonist.
Seeing this?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Here we have the stretching room, which is actually pretty true to the original. You have Sally Slater on the left, Boris Nitrikov on the right, the wallpaper's right, the gargoyles are all still there. Everything this looks like the stretching room. Good job.
Be careful.
So much just happened. Also, not sure if you noticed, take a look at those toys. Yeah. Here's a shot of someone who might be Constance. I don't know. She doesn't seem to be wearing the same dress as Constance from earlier, although I can kind of see a veil. Not sure who this character is. She seems to be descending from the attic, though, so potentially. And the very next shot we get is her carrying an axe down the very same stairs, so maybe it's just a costume change and I'm overthinking things. Me? Overthinking Haunted Mansion content? No, I would never. Demon Clock, bonus points to the Demon Clock. We love seeing Rolly Crump representation in the Haunted Mansion movie. Bonus points because it's the only Haunted Mansion set piece I've ever been stuck in front of for like 12 minutes. And what would the Haunted Mansion be without her very own resident organist, Victor Geist, who we see here along with another woman ghost. I don't know who she is, but I'm in. Here we have our first peek of the graveyard scene, and who I believe is Ben standing in front of 6 pre-dug graves, 1 for each of our protagonists. Now here is where things get a little bit saucy. This shot right here is in the past. Notice the well-kept gardens outside and the very clean mansion, and Jamie Lee Curtis is in this shot, alive. Jamie Lee Curtis, of course, as we know, is playing Madame Leota. This is Madame Leota when she was alive and sans crystal ball. I am very excited to see Leota in her afterlife state as Jamie Lee Curtis. That's gonna be a lot of fun. We have a couple scenes of dialogue here. Owen Wilson fighting off some poltergeist activity. That's pretty good. Driving a car, your usual Haunted Mansion stuff. And that, for the most part, is the end of the trailer, minus a couple Owen Wilson wisecracks. We love Mobius in the mansion. Keep him in, put an animatronic in. I'd be okay with that. So, that is our first sort of teaser look at the movie Haunted Mansion. Not the Haunted Mansion. The ride is the Haunted Mansion. The movie is Haunted Mansion. Lots of references there, lots of characters, lots of references to the ride, which I appreciate. The Eddie Murphy one had some, but this one seems to be pretty dang close. The stretching room, the Hatbox Ghost, Constance being scary, the graveyard, all of that looks really good. It looks really good. Now, if it can follow through, I'll be a very, very happy haunt. Now, contrary to the title, I may have missed a thing or two. Let me know down in the comments what I may have missed. A portrait here or there, or a plant, or a reference to an old piece of concept art by Mark Davis, perhaps. Let me know, because I don't think I got it all. I tried to, but I don't think I did. Overall, very satisfied with this trailer. It looks like it balances the horror and the comedy pretty well, which is something the original attraction did. And it doesn't look bad. That was my main thing. After Eddie Murphy, after the lukewarm reception of old Disney attraction movies, not really counting the Jungle Cruise, that one was okay. They don't have the best track record. This looks like it might change that. I'm excited. And who knows, maybe this will give Disney that little extra push they need to upgrade the mansion. Preferably the attic scene, but I could go either way. I'd like anything. Like I mentioned in actually my previous video, the first little step of that may have been the bat in the cage, added a little too early, we'll see. The trailer's out. The cat is out of the metaphorical bag, the one-eyed cat. So we'll see what happens. That's it for this video, though. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I really enjoyed making this, going through the trailer at 0.25 speed and trying to catch every little detail. Thank you all so much for watching. See you all in the next video. Goodbye.